All right, we're gonna start this day off quickly and pretty much get to the task at hand. Um, we got a big fight tonight. We got Crawford versus Canelo. Fight at 168, super middleweight supremacy. This fight been boiling, for a very long time. Um, at first I know it wasn't even going to come to fruition because even Canelo didn't want it. And nobody really was thinking about it. Shit, I wasn't even thinking about it at some point. But, it's here now. You know. But going forward, there's things that I want to highlight about it is this. I think that Canelo loses because he's been, in a way, on a decline. But not only is it the decline, but he hasn't really pushed the issue when it comes to fighting in that ring. Um, there's many times that he doesn't really go for the knockout or anything like that. He doesn't really use his aggressive size like that or anything. He really is a counter puncher. You know, he's a come forward counter puncher, a little flat footed, but he is still very, very um, very disciplined with his come forward counters. But the thing is that lately, thing is I don't see a lot of head movement. I don't see a lot of committing to finishing his opponents. He let a lot of them off the hook, like Berlanga, Munguia when he dropped them. But I think that when you face somebody like Crawford, you're gonna need to be a little bit more pressing the issue because I think somebody like him is he's going to make it a boxing match, but it's gonna be more devastating because Crawford is very, very good at counters, very good at countering, um, very good at punching to the body, catching people, punching at the same time that his opponents usually punch, and he catches them in between their punches. And so my thing is that I really see a situation where Bud's countering ability is what really probably puts an asterisk or exclamation point on this fight. I think that Bud has the ability to outbox Canelo, but also I think he has the ability to counter Canelo and hurt him as well. So yeah, and of course Canelo obviously can win this as well. This is not like a fight where it's just winnable by one side. I mean, it's a hard fight for Crawford. Crawford has to overcome the size advantage. We have to see that the power affects Canelo, but I do think that when you punch with the right technique and the right sharpness, that you don't always need the power, and you can still affect somebody if you punch with the right technique. But I do think Crawford is a very dangerous fighter uh, who knows how to hit you at the right time and the right moment. And I think that we could probably see something like that with Canelo. I think that he could probably counter him devastatingly, probably to the body. Catch him with a crazy angle on top of the head. But I do think Crawford has what it takes to counter Canelo and make his night a nightmare. And of course, if that power doesn't work and Canelo is able to collapse that pocket, uh, I don't know if Crawford is able to stand in there and bang with him, bang with the bigger man. So I do think Crawford needs to stay on the outside. I think he needs to use his advantages, his reach advantages, his height advantage to stay on the outside and have Canelo run into shots. Canelo, if he's going to win, collapse the pocket, go to Crawford's body and put a lot of pressure on him that he's never had before. Now, Canelo obviously does it with feints and things like that. He's not really much of a rusher, but he comes close and he uses his feints. But if Crawford doesn't bite on those feints and he goes to work, and hopefully he really uses that jab, I do think this could be a very winnable fight for him. And with that being said, I've been going with Crawford, this whole time. Um, that ain't about to change too much, for real. So I'm still going with Crawford. So I got Crawford, winning by either late stoppage or points. I do think he can outbox Canelo. I do think Canelo slowed down. And I do think the strategy is when Canelo, if they could weather the storm of those first maybe 6-5 rounds, go touch Canelo to the body. I think the thing is make him get fatigued, and when he becomes a slower, more fatigued target, and then just start teeing off of him, and then you're probably gonna see something magical. Yeah. But either way, those are my thoughts on the fight. I just wanted to get out my quick prediction here and get it over with. Either way, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and hopefully y'all enjoy the fight. All right, bye.